Barakim Habarim, welcome to Messianic Moment Ministry. I'm Stephen Bruck. You know who you are, and today's the first day of May 2025. When I was a child, if someone was hit by another person, they would make up for it by saying, "Hit me back, and then we're even." Well, and the return hit, it wasn't ever really hard or mean. It was simply to get revenge for the wrong done, thereby making things right between them. But that's a worldly way of handling things, and God-fearing people should be above that. By the way, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe here to YouTube and go back to my website, messianicmoment.com. Subscribe there to the little red button in the bottom there. Just click on that. Do the thing with the notation, the bell, set your phones up. You know how to do all that stuff. And this way you'll know the next time I post. Also, I'd like you to like my Facebook page and join my group on Facebook. It's called Just God's Word. And I'm also now posting to TikTok. And if you like what you get here, you're going to love the books I've written. I got 5 of them out there. You can get them through links on the website or go to Amazon.com, put my name in the top there, and they'll show up. And one last thing, and just probably the most important, please share these messages with everyone you know. Help this ministry continue to grow. All right, so we show ourselves to be God-fearing by the way we act, or actually, more correctly, by the way we react. The world is a place where people seek revenge. Oh, yeah, I know. They call it justice. But the truth is that it's mostly revenge. Hey, you hurt me, so now I'm going to hurt you. So there. If you scroll, through the popular streaming channels like, what do you got? Netflix, Hulu, Prime, Paramount. I'll bet if you count, you'll find only really 4 types of movies. There's a drama, there's a romance, there's a comedy, and there's an awful lot of vengeance movies where the guy, something's done wrong, and that person gets back. Whether it's a guy getting back or a girl getting back, it doesn't matter. It's vengeance. And I have to confess, I do like the idea of getting that slammer in on someone who's being a real jerk. Just insulting them to the level where it pulls the rug out right from underneath them and leaves them so embarrassed they're unable to respond. Oh yeah, that feels so good. But does it really? Will I really feel proud of myself by acting at their level? I'm pretty sure that I will still feel whatever pain they cause, but now I'll also be embarrassed that I was as foolish and immature as they were. And worse than that, I know that I will have disappointed God. However, don't get me wrong on this. I am not saying you should not defend yourself. No way. Hey, if someone wants to hurt me and I can't talk my way out of it, well, I'm not a violent person, but I know how to be. And the idea of turning the other cheek is just a metaphor. The way to handle being insulted or hurt in order to show that we are God-fearing is not to reply with the same action or hurtful words, but to forgive and move on. In fact, we are expected to forgive. Yeshua tells us in Matthew 6:14, when we forgive, we will be forgiven. The next thing he says isn't so easy to hear, because in Matthew 6:15, we are told that if we do not forgive, then we will not be forgiven. So, the best way to handle being hurt is not to repay the hurt, but to show forgiveness. And I know it's hard to do that, especially when the hurt is significant. But it is so essential to your salvation to forgive. Proverbs 20:22, we all know this. It tells us not to return evil for evil. But what helps me to forgive that unforgivable sin is to remember this. And this is really important. Forgiving someone who sins against me, it doesn't make them right with anybody. It doesn't make them right with God. But when I forgive them, it makes me right with God. And I also, it kind of feels a little better knowing that come Judgment Day, I'll be in good standing, but they're going to have to answer for their actions. And look, if someone has been exceptionally cruel to you and you find it really hard to even think about forgiving them, consider what they're going to have to go through when they face God. If that doesn't make you feel just a little bit sorry for them, well, you know what? Then you actually need to work on your own spiritual maturity. Well, that's it for today. So thank you for being here. Please don't forget to share these messages with everyone you know, even non-believers. Hey, after all, you never know how fertile the soil is until you plant a seed in it. And that's not only if it's this day, but that's it for this week. So I'm going to say lihitrot and wish you an early Shabbat Shalom.